What's up, Phoenix, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be talking about the causes of binge eating and how that relates to feeling unlovable. Feeling unlovable and unworthy is something that you guys tell me all the time, which perpetuates binge eating, which of course it does. So in this video, we're going to walk you through the process of how to address that feeling. All right, let's get started. Who am I? My name is Samantha Skelly. I'm the founder of Hungry for Happiness, and I've helped hundreds of thousands of people end the battle they have to food in their body. So if you truly want to put an end to binge eating and start to reconnect back into your body and feel comfortable in your body, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. I release these videos every single Thursday to help you end the battle with food and your body. Okay. So let's get started. Be sure you stay to the end of this video. I'm gonna give you my ninja strategy that helped me really understand that feeling of feeling unlovable, what it was, where it came from, and how to heal through it. So be sure you stay to the end. So let's get started. The feeling of feeling unlovable and how that relates to binge eating. Well, let's remember something for a second. We are all so innately worthy. We were born worthy. You're worthy right now, just the way you are. You don't need to be anyone. You don't need to do anything. You are just innately worthy. Now, somewhere along the line in your developmental stages, you've realized or you've decided or you've been told that your worth is dependent on something outside of you. So maybe that is making X amount of money, or getting a certain job, or dating a certain kind of guy, or getting married, or engaged, or maybe having a baby, whatever it was, and you have forgotten that you are innately worthy exactly as you are. You don't need to do anything, you don't need to achieve, you are worthy. So because of that, we've created a culture where we're just hustling for our worth constantly, trying to prove ourselves, and it's so exhausting. I don't know about you, but I was exhausted with that life. I did that for years. I was a perfectionist. I hustled for my worth. It was really, really painful. And for me, that manifested into my relationship with food, where I felt that feeling of feeling unworthy, feeling unlovable. And so I would use food as my drug of choice to numb that emotion, which of course did not make that emotion or that belief go away. It just numbed it and then made it worse. So step two, so that's the realization of you are innately worthy. Step two is question everything. Ask yourself, where did I learn this? Is this actually true? Who would I be without this? Who would I be without this feeling or this knowing or this idea that I'm not fundamentally worthy? Like, if you were to just answer that question for me right now, who would you be if you were just innately worthy? I want you to take a second, and I want you to write that in the comments below. If your worth was not attached to money, accolades, achievement, whatever, and your worth was just simply you being worthy, what would that look like? Who would you be? What version of yourself would emerge when you realized you were just innately worthy and that worth was unshakable? That worth was never dependent on how much you achieved or how much money you made. So I want you to let me know, what version of you is that? If I was to take a guess, it's a version of you that feels light, free, expressive, right? So often we're not expressing who we really are because we're so afraid of rejection. And something I want you to know about rejection is it's never rejection. There's no such thing as being rejected, it's just redirection. And so when we get attached to something or a way of being and it doesn't go the way that we think it's gonna go, we assume it's rejection when it's really not. We're just getting redirected into something that is so much better for us and so much more on path. So if we can detach from the obsession of how things have to go, and we just understand that we are fundamentally supported in every single moment, that we are constantly supported by the universe, by Mother Nature. You are so supported in your battle to end food, even though sometimes it may not feel like that. It may feel like you're in this alone and it's really hard, and yes, it is challenging, but there's a big difference between suffering and pain. You will experience pain on this journey of ending your battle with food, but you do not have to suffer unless you choose to suffer. And I want you to take some time and really ask yourself, where in my life am I suffering and where in my life am I just feeling pain? When we are addicted to suffer and we stay in that cycle and we perpetuate that cycle. So get really honest with yourself and ask yourself those questions of, what is the truth here? Am I suffering Or is this just pain that is going to allow me to grow? It's so important that we do the work and ask ourselves those questions. I want you to viscerally experience and feel the felt sense, the feeling of unworthiness. What does that feel like, and can you be with that feeling? So often we binge eat because that feeling is so uncomfortable for us, but when we change our relationship to that feeling and we realize that that feeling is just trying to have a voice, it's just trying to help us, it's just trying to allow us to grow, and when we binge eat to numb it, we can't grow from it. And so ask yourself the question, how can I be with this feeling, and how can I learn to love it so that I can heal it? Because numbing it is not going to help us. We cannot do that. In a moment here, I'm going to show you my ninja strategy for how I overcame this feeling of feeling unworthy. But before I do that, I want to make sure that you are in the 5-day food freedom challenge, where I walk you through step by step by step how to end the battle with food in your body through videos, through exercises, and through meditations. So if you're not yet in that, the link is below. Go check that out, and I am super excited to support you in there. All right, so here's one of the best practices that I used when I was overcoming the battle with food in my body. I was really familiar what feeling unworthy was, but I was not as familiar with what feeling worthy was. So I asked myself, body, teach me what that visceral feeling was. What does it feel like to feel worthy? And just simply by asking that question, our body goes, oh, interesting, I've never been asked this question before. Let me figure out how to validate that. Let me figure out how to make that true. Let me figure out what that actually feels like. Because so often we just default to what we've always done. And so if for your entire life, you've been feeling unworthy and it's something that you constantly practice each day unknowingly, your body's very, very familiar with that sensation. But when we ask our body a different question, a more empowering question of what does it feel like to feel worthy? What is that? Like, what do I get to think about in order to feel that feeling of self-worth? Our bodies will do the work for us. Our brains will do the work for us. We just need to engineer them in the right way. And the problem is we're not engineered to go that way, because our brains are always trying to protect us. So they're thinking from a place of fear, which is not a bad thing, but we just have to know that that's how our brain works in order to overcome some of these struggles that we're dealing with. So that is a powerful question. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know by giving me a like. If you did not, let me know by telling me as well with a thumbs down. If there's a video that you want me to make on this channel that you've not yet seen, please let me know by leaving a comment in the comments box, and I will absolutely create a piece of content specifically for you. Thank you so much for watching this episode, and we will see you next Thursday. Bye for now.